Hey Robin, great to welcome you here at our booth in Mobile World Congress. And it's a great, I think, opportunity for us just to take some time to reflect on our partnership and the great things that we've achieved together over the past few years.
Thank you.
So over the past few, we started this journey about 5 years ago, and it was a bold move, right? Because together we decided that we wanted to bring to the market the first truly cloud-native SaaS service assurance at a time where it was almost unthinkable for the CSP community. But if I look back in the last 5 years, we've had a great success. We've brought that solution to the market, and we've delivered it to leading CSPs such as Magenta, Globe, Telefonica Germany, and many others. And we achieved significant business benefits to them over this time, and that was a great collaboration. So thank you again for that. And what's your perspective on this partnership and the journey and what we achieved together?
First of all, thank you, Munir, for the time you've invested with us. It's a really forward-looking partnership. It's all about starting with the customers, understanding where they're going, and prioritizing what they want to achieve for all the customers. I still remember 5 years ago when we got together, and it was a customer in UK that was trying to modernize their network, look at cloudification of their platform, and we leaned in together all the way, starting from security, factoring in performance, cloud performance, scalability of the network, looking at the cost effectiveness of the solution, all of the areas that we wanted to work together on, and defining that working backward approach. And in the early days, we thought about the aspects of closed loop automation, how will 5G evolve the business, and how would we work together, all the way going into SaaSification of the platform. And it has truly transformed the entire assurance and the AI ops space for telecom operators. So I'm really, really excited to be here. Thank you for the partnership. Really could not be more happy about it.
Thank you, Robert. Yeah, and by the way, it's just think about it, just to add one point to what you just said, just in terms of the agility, right? The agility, what we turned months and months of deployment time into days and only few weeks. So from an agility perspective, and the way we brought in DevOps to the service assurance process and the network operations process, we've really helped the customer to bring in much more innovations into their network and to evolve their network operations at a much faster pace. So that's wonderful, and we're really committed to continuing that journey and bringing more benefits to our joint customers. But I would add that in this, the next phase of our journey has been really the launch of our AI Insights offering, on top of which is the predictive AI using ML on top of our products. And that was done also thanks to the scalability and the elasticity and the agility that the cloud offers, and our joint collaboration, starting exactly with the backward process that you mentioned, allowed us to design something really focused on the business benefits and the outcomes we create to the customer. So right now, with use cases such as forecasting and anomaly detection, we have seen up to 90% reduction in the mean time to identify a problem with our customers. We've seen benefits in the area of 75% reduction in the deployment time compared to in-house developed AI ops solutions. We've seen 40% reduction in operating expenses. So that's a huge, and this is only the beginning, because now we're adding other use cases in terms of FM correlations and root cause analysis, leading to this closed loop automation that you were talking about. So, and in there, the AWS cloud and all the services that you offered has been kind of essential. So can you remind us about all these enablers that you provide to enable AI at scale?
So true. No, absolutely. When we think about artificial intelligence, I think it starts from the ability to take data, make meaningful machine learning models, and have the value going backwards from the customer. Like you said, the ability to automate across technologies. Customers of ours, both of our customers have fixed networks, mobile networks, and then they try to understand, how do I take all the new technology that is coming out in the artificial intelligence world and apply it? And like we have done together, we have created a catalyst for them to move leaps and bounds forward by a common platform. The AWS approach here is we have 3 layers of artificial intelligence. The very first layer allows us to provide the best infrastructure all available to build the models, train the models, deploy the models, and that's been a very long journey for us, right? When we look at GPUs, we were the earliest one in this space, working closely with our partners across the board, AMD, NVIDIA, and others. And we've trained these models based on the data that our customers have opted in on in a most secure and efficient way. Security is so critical on the AI journey, and that has been a pillar of the work that we have done together. The second thing that we have is platform layer services. For example, services like SageMaker. SageMaker, on which the first version of our AI platform that we launched, it's in production. I'm so thrilled. So many of our customers use it. That's one big area in terms of ability to take away the heavy lifting for customers to train and build the models. Then the third layer is the application layer. And the application layer, we have had services like Recognition, Transcribe, that allow for customers to move and start taking value of outcomes that they want to achieve, such as facial detection, video surveillance, and others. The value that generative AI on top adds is then ability to train these large language models and then bring out the insights and information required for an operator to run their network. As we have talked about it, the living network, right? Bringing it to life. So that's kind of the approach we have taken together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And by the way, to add to this, what you said here is so true. In the service assurance, for example, right, to achieve the level of accuracy and forecasting, for example, an anomaly detection or root cause analysis, to achieve the high accuracy levels that are enough to drive an automation, you have to train like a huge number of models. You can almost, for every KPI in a different location, you need to have a model. Now, of course, you can do model pooling and so on, but you still need to train massive amount of models on a massive amount of data to achieve the accuracy. And that can only be achieved, optimized, and economically viable in the cloud. So that also is so important and maybe overlooked by people, but we know it because these things that we're talking about are live in operational environment. And so very excited about it. And the next step is we will make it now available on Marketplace. And we want, through that fantastic digital channel, wanting to reach, all the operators, all the CSPs, all kind of public and private networks as well around the world. So very excited about it, and what we can help all our customers achieve with it.
That's a big topic. Again, meaning Marketplace allows for AWS customers across the globe to come in and look at the offer from Mycom, whether it is the entire assurance, the AI Ops Suite, the AI Pilot, all the generative AI capabilities, all available in a converged private offer that they get from Mycom side to them, and it's available for them, which also enables them to retire the amount of consumption they have on AWS. So it's super helpful. The customers are, the initial feedback we are getting from customers is super exciting. They've been very encouraged to move forward quickly on this, and thank you for doing that. One other thing to look at is, even as we were building a SaaS solution and working together with Mycom team there to enable you to build this SaaS, we've made sure the guardrails that are required to make sure the data is there's integrity of data, there's sovereignty of data in different regions across the world. So that all has been factored in. The control plane information, the management data of the platform, all of it residing within the country of operation was critical for customers. Security is job zero. So we've taken care of that as well. And in addition to that, the kind of automation the operators are requiring today across access, transport, and core network layer, whether it is fixed or mobile, is huge, right? I was talking to an operator, and they want to build a large language model just for their network, because they have billions of parameters that they need to train up there. And they would be able to achieve the outcomes on their vision of living network, leveraging the capability that we have. So those are the attestations and validations of our approach.
Absolutely, I cannot agree more, and especially on two areas. First, that everything starts with data. Yesterday, we heard it so many times that, without quality data, you can't get a quality output. It's as simple as that. With the work that we've done together, also the integration with building a lake, and then data lakes and data oceans within, also in the cloud, helps a lot, and it all starts with this data fabric and the data lakes on top. And the other thing that you were referring to, which is also essential, is that after you have built this data, you want it secured. And our customer, I would say that was the major pushback that we usually have when we engage in conversations with customers. What happens to my data? The sovereign, how can I protect the data in a sovereign space, protect the security? And I think we found the right solutions in terms of isolating single tenants, then securing connectivity, encrypting the data, and bringing all the artifacts that convinced our customers that their data has the right level of protection and security that they want, which allowed us to.
Absolutely, and the value as the beauty of the solution that Mycom OSI has is, as soon as the customer chooses the platform on AWS, there is constant CI/CD updates that customer can choose and apply to the platform. So ongoing value that they keep getting. It isn't about going through massive efforts to enable generative AI. It's not about massive efforts to enable AI pilot. These are all things on the same DevOps platform with the right level of controls to deploy the service that is available for the customers. That's huge for the customers. Our customers love that, and they have been super appreciative of that. So I'm super excited.
Absolutely, and that takes us to the next phase of our collaboration, which is the launch of our generative AI offering, Genie, that we've announced at this show here. That promises I would call almost a revolution in the way networks are operated, are managed, and services are assured, in that it will enable, through its understanding of both natural language and machine language, to help to democratize access to network and service insights and allow our customers to talk to their network, right? And their business users to talk to the network. There is a strong aspiration in this industry to open up the networks, to expose it as services and platforms to the outside world, to be able to, to make use of it and create value on top of it. And what a better way to do it than using GenAI to offer that access to the network in the most natural language possible. So Genie, that we've launched at this show, and we're seeing here a demo of it, and we're seeing leveraging Bedrock and the AWS stack, it allows here users to use their natural language to understand what's happening to the network, where the problems are, what their root causes is. So it can be as a companion inside the NOC and the SOC, and it multiplies it by an order of magnitude the efficiency of any NOC or SOC operator. But it also allows anyone from CRM to business users to execs to partners to talk to the network, to explore what's going on, and to create value on top of that network. So it's really, really super exciting.
Absolutely. And this is where I think it is important to comprehend the experience of a chief network officer persona. Imagine waking up and asking the question, how is my radio network performing in Chicago? And having the ability to understand across hundreds and hundreds of of radios and thousands of cell-site routers, the ability to take all of that data and answer the question in terms of how is the network truly performing in terms of the access. Look at the performance of the service and what is the impact to the service. Directly conversing with the network. Instead of having to go through a day-old or a week-old report, you have the ability to understand that data using retrieval augmented generation and comprehend the service. That for us is huge, right? And our customers have been big on that topic.
Great. So I would say great perspectives ahead. It's super exciting. Looking forward to this next chapter that we're writing together, Robin, and thanking you again for the great collaboration. And looking forward to seeing you again next time.
Absolutely. Pleasure is ours.
Thank you.
Thank you for the partnership.